Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I'm Ayman Umar. The Telangana High Court on Tuesday stayed the government order in connection with the reopening of schools across the state. A bench comprising of acting Chief Justice M.S. Ramachandra Rao and Justice Vinod Kumar of Telangana High Court, while hearing a public interest litigation filed by a parent Balakrishna Mandapati challenging the government order of opening of the schools, that is of pre-primary, primary government and private schools, to be opened physically as illegal, arbitrary and violative of Articles 14 and 21 of the Indian Constitution. The High Court had directed the state government to hold back its order for reopening of the schools in the state. The Telangana government has taken an important decision to include COVID-19 in the Arogya City scheme. The central government had included COVID-19 in Ayushman Bharat, and the Telangana government will include COVID-19 treatment under the joint scheme of Arogya City and Ayushman Bharat. COVID-19 treatment has been divided into 17 types. 14 types will be treated in government hospitals. Soon guidelines shall be issued for the treatment in the private hospitals in phase-wise. Due to the central government's Ayushman Bharat scheme, the state government is planning to include 1,668 kinds of diseases for free treatment. Till now, treatment under Arogya City was given in 50 beds of hospitals. About 77 lakh of people are benefiting from the Arogya City scheme, and more will be included under Ayushman Bharat scheme. The Telangana State Board of Intermediate Education on Monday announced that the last date for admissions into the intermediate first year has been extended till September of 15th. Earlier, the last date for the admissions was 30th of August. The board secretary, Syed Omar Jalil, in a press release said that the board has extended the last date for admissions in inter first year by 16 more days. It is being informed that a record number of students have taken admissions into inter first year in the government junior colleges. The secretary also informed that the last date extension is applicable to all the government, private aided, private unaided, cooperative, TS residential, TS minority welfare and other junior colleges offering the 2-year intermediate courses. In the current academic year, more than 1 lakh students have taken admissions into the intermediate first year. The president of the Jamaat-e-Ulema-e-Hind, Arshad Madani, has appealed to all non-Muslims not to send their daughters to co-educational schools to save them from obscenity, while emphasizing on schooling of girls in separate schools. In a press statement issued on Monday after the working committee meeting of the Jamaat-e-Ulema-e-Hind, Madani said, "Immorality and obscenity is not a teaching of any religion. It has been condemned in every religion of the world because these are the things which spread misbehavior in the society." He said that the establishment of the schools and colleges for boys and girls, especially separate educational institution in a religious environment for girls, is necessary. He said that in today's situation, people need good madrasas and higher secular educational institutions in which children can be provided equal opportunities of education. Madani said that Muslims must equip their children with higher education at any cost. Telangana State Home Minister Muhammad Mahmood Ali on Monday held a high-level review meet on the protection of the Waqf properties in the state. Telangana State Waqf Board Chairman Muhammad Salim, Waqf Board CEO Shahnawaz Qasim, Cyberabad Police Commissioner Stephen Ravindra and other senior officials had attended the meet. The focus of the meet was especially on the protection of the Begumpet Eidgah land as well as the Waqf properties in Rangareddy district. Despite the High Court orders, some occupants are still carrying out the construction works at the place. Meanwhile, the demolition squad of the Telangana State Waqf Board on Monday, along with the police and revenue departments, had dismantled the illegal constructed shed works in the Begumpet Waqf land. Waqf Board Chairman Muhammad Salim had said every inch of the Waqf lands will be protected. A part of the world's largest Holy Quran will be showcased at Expo 2020 Dubai, which is scheduled to start next month. The first of its kind project of the Holy Quran will be cast on a canvas with aluminium and gold-plated script for the first time in more than 1,400 years of Islamic history. Traditionally, the Holy Quran has been inscribed on either paper, cloth or leather so far. But a Pakistani artist, also a former UAE expat, seems to be creating history by inscribing verses of the Holy Quran with a novel concept using aluminium and gold-plated words on a highly quality canvas for the first time. Award winning artist Shahid Rassam, who has won many international recognitions, initiated the Noble Project 5 years back and is willing to showcase the part of the project at the 6 month long World Expo in Dubai. Rassam, who has won the Artist of the Year award from the UAE University of Al Ain in 2000, has already inscribed 99 names of Allah with aluminium and gold plated words. Taliban on Tuesday fired their guns in the air in celebration as the United States completed the withdrawal of its forces from Afghanistan after 20 years of military presence. CNN has reported that parts of Kabul erupted in celebratory gunfire after the last US C-17 aircraft lifted off from Hamid Karzai International Airport right before midnight shortly after the last aircraft departed. General Kenneth McKenzie, the head of the US Central Command, made the withdrawal announcement at the Pentagon news briefing. Following the US troops' withdrawal, Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid has also said the last American soldier had left Kabul airport at 9 p.m. Meanwhile, the United States President Joe Biden will address the American people on US troops' withdrawal from Afghanistan on Tuesday. Saudi Arabian students have returned to their schools for in-person classes, starting their new academic year after 17 months of online education due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Only fully vaccinated students aged about 12 can return to school, while elementary and preschool students are not allowed to return for the moment. Meanwhile, students who are not fully vaccinated or younger than 12 years of age are still started the academic year through online platforms. Deputy Education Minister Saad bin Saud Al Fahid visited some schools to inspect the precautionary health measures on the first day of the academic year. 6 million fully jabbed students from more than 25,000 schools in the country resumed their in-person education on Sunday, according to the ministry. That's it for today. Thank you, viewers.